Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Alec here from E.G.O Outdoors, and what I have for you in this video clip today is a medium size one tool option survival knife called the Nessy. So here it is. You can see it's come in this beautiful orange sheath. You excuse the noise in the background, that's Royal Plane. There we go. There's fire steel here. Couple of MOLLE compatible holes on it so I can tie a strap around it, but here's the knife itself. There we go, and as you can see it is a Nessmuk almost design. So I'll give you some specs on the blade. The overall length of the blade then is 32 centimeters. The handle is, there it's here, is 15 centimeters with two hollow tubes on it. It's 6mm thick. It has dark walnut wood handle slabs. It has an exposed tang which has been rounded off with a lanyard hole in it. You can see, when you pick that up, with a pinky lanyard in it, just to help me draw in and out the sheath. The cutting edge is 16 centimeters, and from the tip here to the handle here, that is 17 centimeters. As I says, the spine is 6mm thick. From the cutting edge here up to the spine is 5 centimeters at its widest point, and it's made of O1 tool steel. It has a Scandivex edge put on it. Make that out. And a front swedge drop point. Hopefully you can see that. Thin down the front of the tip here. There you go. So it's got a slight swedge to it. The design itself then, it actually is a combination of different knives put into the one design. The big belly then came from the Ontario SP53. The Scandivex is basically working over the years, and I found that, yeah, Scandis are good for the slicing, but you need the convex for heavy chopping, so I put the two together. The large handle basically came from a Scrammer knife. I wanted a handle with plenty of wiggle room on it, even when wearing gloves. As you can see, can move up and down no problem here. The exposed tang to the rear from the Becker BK9 gave me a good bill hook here to the rear to hang on to when chopping, with a lanyard hole in it. The hollow tubes, well, that's just an additional way of tying a knife onto a stick if I need to make a spear for chopping down things up above your head, stuff like that. The thickness of the blade then is just to give the toughness required when prying and chopping, a bit of weight. The front of the design actually came from the Fall Niven A1. You can see that. Put a swedge on the front here, and it's just to assist me in splitting wood. I don't know if you can make that out in the camera. There you go. So that's what that's for. The spear point design that I've got here, as you can see, the front of the tip runs perfectly in line all the way to the rear, in line, which has just got to assist me when doing thrust and stabs, and that's why we have such a large guard at the front here. Hope you can make that out. There you go. And I wanted this kind of spear point on it, doing any drilling of any sort. The large belly also to assist me in the chopping and skinning the game and fish. So really happy with the design. So that's where the ideas all came from. So here's the sheath then. As you can see, it's brightly coloured, orange in colour, so it's dead easy to pick up with the eye when out in the woods if I sit the knife down anywhere, and easy to pick up at night, especially if I've stuffed it in my bergen and I'm trying to find something. So it does stand out. You can see it's got 2 holes here at the bottom of the sheath, and these are just MOLLE compatible strap holes, so I can attach a pouch to it if I wish. And you can see we've got the fire steel already attached here, and a lanyard strap hole down here, and nicely smoothed off and welted. One large belt loop to the rear, with a carabiner on it. So the sheath is exactly what I wanted, something nice and bright, easy to slip the knife in and out in a vertical carry position. There you go, sits nice and deep. So that's the sheath then. Okay then, let's get on with some of the tests. First test, and it's going to be a chopping test. I've got a piece of, I think it's sycamore here. It's roughly about 2 inches thick. Yep, and it's very dense, you can hear it. So this will be a really good test for this, and this really hard piece of wood. This is its first chopping test, so let's see how it gets on. Off. There we go, quite a bite there. And chunks out, no problem. We can make that out. Really devastating bites there, especially that last one. There we go, easy. Right, so what we're going to do now is try chopping this and see how it gets on with the chopping. Right. Oh. Oh. This time's going to be a batting test. Easy, very easy. Look at that. Try another bit. That belly just seems to be part of that wood. No problem. Let's batten it down. A big knot here and here. Let's see if it copes with that. Absolute no problem. Well, it's off to a good start. It's going to take a lot of time to get used to all these different angles and positions of the blade and what they're capable of doing. But through a bit of practice we'll eventually get there with it. And we'll start with the belly. It's a bit short, this batten, but we'll see how we get on. Yeah, too short I think. Split right down there. I think I need a bigger batten. I'm sinking in as well. So this is the reason I put the exposed tang on, so if it gets bound up like this, I can hit it without worrying that it actually hits the scales. So just knock it through a bit. There we go, start again. Bang! Look at that. Now the twist, if you look up here, it's twisted. So this is a severe test, but we'll see if it can stand up to it. Keep going. Oh, I think that was it away there. There you go. Right, yeah, you can see the marks it's went through. The edge is okay. Spine fine. Well, I think that's a pass. You look at the twist that's taken. Well pleased with that. 01 tool steel. Can't complain. Okay then, on to the next test. Oh. Very hard this wood. Yep. Big chunks. See, very hard, but it's doing it. It's just getting used to the different positions that you can actually use this knife because of the size of the belly, right into the corner. Look at that, your chest lever cuts. Yep. Taking chunks off. For such a thick knife, really good. Well pleased with that performance so far. You can see it producing this spear. Seems to be a bit better at the front. It seems to be a bit thinner. It's a beautiful spear point. Well, that was an easy enough test for it. So what I'll do, I'll do a number 7 notch in the wood. Let's see how we get on. The good thing about the spine being so thick, it gives you a good purchase platform for placing your thumb. See, it's starting to come on already. Just like so, up here you can push, taking lovely chunks out. You can use it, but there you go. You can make that out. They've done that fine. So the front of it seems to be really good for carving. Okay, and this kind of planing motion, as you can see. The belly does that. The front seems to do the fine stuff. Aye, good start. Happy so far. It's one of these ones you can play about with for ages. I've deliberately picked a piece of wood that's really hard, because what I'm trying to do also is see how the edge retention is in the old one, to see if I've got the heat treatment right also, and see if it can hold an edge. Yeah. Spear done, number 7 notch done. Just try the chopping, make a small spear. Look at that, excellent. Just using different parts of the belly here, that chopping, that does that excellent. And there again, just finish the point off using the rest of the blade. Okay, so let's see how it gets on with this square notch. I've got this block here to stop it sinking into the ground. Yep. There you go. Not bad. You can see the edge geometry is actually quite wide, but I needed it like that to help me with the battening and the heavy chopping. So the fact that it's done that, and that's not too bad. Could be better, but there's always a compromise when you've got a one tool option, isn't there? And it wouldn't take much to get that in there and finish off that notch if required. Just using the front there, tidy it up a bit. There you go, hope we can make that out. So what we're going to do now then is test this tip out and see if I've got the geometry right here. That tip's worked out great. Still in one piece. There you go. There's a hammer stab using the front guard. Positioning like this. Oh, there you go. Try it again. Look at that. Brilliant. Try it again. Into the position. Oh, missed it there. There we go. Split easy. Look at that. It's just that knot that stopped it. It was in half. Yeah, try chop through it. Oh, easy. There we go. That's really good. So what I'll try now with this is a bit of the old bark scraping using the 90-degree spine. So let's see it gets on. Excellent. Look at that. And it's producing shavings as well. In seconds. We can make that out. Again. Got a big bunch here. Well, that's definitely passed that test. Happy with that. Yep, if that was dry wood, that would definitely get a fire going. So there you go, the 6mm spines work great. Right, on to the next test. Right, so what we're going to do next then is a bit of feathering with this. Now it's got a Scandivex edge on it, as you can see, quite thick, and I'm not the greatest at doing this, so let's see how we get on. And I can see it's wanting to run to the rear of the knife as I push from the centre of the belly. So that just seems to be doing it okay. You can put nice thin curls or thicker. It's actually doing better than I thought. There you go. Look at the curls. That's really good for such a wide angled geometry on the cutting edge. Right at the front just to see what it does. Alright. That's good. Try it to the rear here. See what it does. A bit awkward for me to hold it in this position. Try it in this. Oh, just move up here. It's log underneath rolling about. Now you need to come forward a wee bit. As I said earlier on, it's just actually getting used to all the different techniques. Cutting here with the different angles. The blade's new to me, so it's going to take a bit of getting used to. But I think that's actually really good, and they do look like they're good enough that with light, you see them. Right, what I'll do is I'll see if this will take a light. Right, so let's see how we get on, if we can get this lit. There we go. Yep. Right. So it is going to take, it's just the wind here that's blowing it out, but that's okay. So it does them fine enough that the feathers will actually catch. Could take a bit more time doing that, just to get them nice and thin. But that's actually really good. When you look how thick the geometry in that cutting edge is. So it does a great job of that. Okay then, on to the next test. Right, so our next test we're going to do is try it at doing some shavings and using it like a draw knife. So we'll just stick it in like that, get the right angle. And it's just try to get this angle here right and get this on. And once you get that bite, it should take relatively quick. And as you can see, Just taking a bit of time, finding that angle, because if you dig in too deep to start with, it just produces really thick shavings. That's okay, doing good. I can go as thick as I want. So now down here, yeah, all bits of the belly seem to be cutting, even right up here at the front. Really good. Actually quite quick up here. That. Done that in seconds. Excellent. There's another test. I'm going to get a pass on that. Right, on to the next test. Right, my next test I'm going to do is test this front geometry edge here, which I copied from the Niven A1 knife with this swedge. And the reason I done it, when I used the A1, it was really good at splitting. So I put it onto this knife and I hope it's going to work the same. Let's see how we get on. Oh, look at that, easy. Right, well pleased with that swedge there that we've put on has actually worked really good.